Hello everybody, it's Zeidoktor here with Typical Manga Fan, and this episode of the Typical Manga Review will be dedicated to My Hero Academia, Chapter 96, Home Visit. We got ourselves a nice little color cover of All Might and Deku together,
Yep.
and they're kind of
I forgot.
superhero.
I don't want out. Does Deku wear his mask anymore, or does he stop wearing that?
I don't know if he does or not. I think the last time he did it got destroyed, so maybe he hasn't really worried about it, but
Yeah. He wore it one time and he got destroyed. And he
yeah.
got a new. He kind of got like a redesigned one after the sport, like after because he had
Yeah.
a jumpsuit for a while, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then this is the new one he has. So I'd actually never seen him with the new mask. So but
I
if he has
can't,
one,
top of my head, I cannot remember.
yeah. So probably
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, we're getting here at the news, like a hero billboard chart, Japan. They pretty much just talk about how they rate the heroes like twice a year, like how they all get ranked.
Yeah.
Um, like twice per year, ranking of heroes on active duty are announced, and yet the seemingly unshakable number one um, has not only Japan but even the hero headquarters in America in an uproar. Like the true form of All Might has reached the absolute limit of his stamina. He's declared his retirement as a hero. And number four, Best Genius, is taking the rest of his duties as a hero for an extended period of time because let's face it, he got like just his ass kicked.
Yeah.
But in fairness, it's not like it's like I say that, but it's like he did a good job.
I actually thought he died, but anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he was able to save everybody else, and they talk about
Yeah.
Ragdoll as well, like from the Pussycats, who was able, they don't say it here. They just say that her
Yeah. They're
undergone
hiding. They're
abnormal.
hiding. They're hiding one all for one's power.
Yeah, they're basically just saying that her quirk became unfit for use, and you can just see her kind of like being consoled by the other members of her team with the little boy Kota, kind of like off to the side.
Well, at least she's not in a coma anymore. That's a good thing.
Yeah, she's awake, so at least there's that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, and also the fact that your quirk's powers can be stolen is would like making everyone panic because
Yeah,
it's come to the point where now since so many people have quirks, it's become such a part of their lives. If they lose it, it might be devastating.
it's like a blow to their very identity.
Yeah, it is.
Also, incidentally, Ragdoll is number 32 of heroes.
Oh, is there a specific
Well, no, it's
like?
like they just mentioned that
Oh,
down their season. On top
oh,
of
okay.
that, Ragdoll, the number 32 hero, and member of the
Oh,
Pussycats.
yeah. I thought that was like a pun or something that I was missing. But okay.
Now, if there is, I'm not seeing it right offhand.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, then we go back to the principal, who is like, yeah, even though he's like, even though we have those sacrifices, a lot more lives, a great amount was saved, and because of your efforts. So as a citizen, fellow hero, and principal, and you forgot to say fellow animal, I cannot thank you enough.
But in the eyes of society, even though you're continuing your role as a teacher, at the very least, there's going to be some dissenting opinions. From the very beginning, the problem was All Might transfer to UA. Everything that transpired can be traced back to that, which may not necessarily be wrong, because like the initial attacks were after All Might, and now he's in a
Yeah.
state of health where he can no longer fight. Doesn't that endanger the children being dragged into another situation all the greater?
Well, I mean, he made the announcement that he's retired, so whatever reason that attracted the villains to All Might is sort of like, what's the point now? 'Cause
Well,
their reason
that
for coming here is not there anymore, right?
that depends on whether they wanted to kill the number one hero or whether they wanted to kill All Might.
Okay, so like,
If they want
okay,
All Might particular dead regardless of his rank, or regardless of the fact that he's on active duty right now,
well, I mean, yeah.
then
So
that does make their job easier.
okay, in which case he can just leave.
Well,
But of course, but then there's also a problem too, which is that he has to train Deku.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
And then the situation is causing everybody great anxiety, and now more than ever, we have to do everything we can to strengthen the what you did for us, All Might, the unwavering faith and confidence in heroes. In the wake of this incident, it's like I become all too aware of the burden we have forced you to bear alone, and just how big it was. And then they kind of like they have to be more firmly and stronger than ever. Like they have to protect, nurture, raise the students, and he's gonna start a plan of mine that he's been mulling over. Like they've got like I forget if his name is Blood Max or something like that. He's gonna handle the Class B guys, which suffered more injuries, and All Might and Eraserhead will handle Class A with basically just home visits, like visiting the families of the students.
yeah, so basically it's going to be because the students used to go home. Now they want to go to an all boarding school now, protection and everything.
Yeah, like set up
Uh,
dorms in there.
yeah, so we go to whose parents is these? It's
Kyoka, the headphone
Kyoko,
girl,
yeah. Yeah.
the earphone girl.
They're not, the father's not very good with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't trust the supervision.
Yeah, and the mom's
Um,
just kind of there's like just kind of like heart beating away, like dookie dookie dookie. Like I know she's having a reaction like we'll see from Deku and his mom later, but it's just because like she's in their presence. But
Yeah, because All Might and Eraserhead. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't actually Eraserhead's all well known, but All Might.
Oh yeah,
Definitely
because
is.
he's an underground hero. But
Yeah.
that said, All Might's there. So regardless, it's All Might. It's probably gonna be All Might that they're really focusing on. So anyway, she comes in. You know.
And it's like, yeah, teacher, you don't have to go all out about it. From notification, from the moment it came in the mail, he already had his decision made. Like he was all like, "Hell yeah! I think my little girl turned into such a rocking guy. My daughter's shining even brighter and brighter like the sun, for real." While drowning in tears, or so I heard.
Yeah.
It's like, Dad's like, "Dude,
So
come on! I'm trying to be strict here."
yeah, so basically, he thought they would give me a lot more. They thought they would get a lot more criticism and reproach, but he's like, oh well.
Yeah.
At any rate, let me treat you to a drink.
And the mom speaks up. He's like, "Stop making a racket, you two. This isn't a rock concert."
Yeah.
I was like, my dad was just like, "Okay, all right, let's
So
gonna roll with this."
yeah. But yeah, Eraserhead's like, I thought they'd be worse, but hey, let me treat you to a drink. And All Might's like, that sounds really unlike you. Well, I don't drink anyway, so let's go to the next home.
Yeah.
And they go to Bakugo's home.
I like this. Like, I don't think it'll go quite as smoothly as the first. Yeah, no problem. He's all yours. Smacks him upside the head.
So basically, his mom is just like him, except better.
Yeah.
And
like calmer, I should probably say.
Yeah, and actually, not surprisingly, the father's kind of like very chill, very normal.
Like whipped.
Yeah. So All Might thinks it's a pretty dysfunctional family. And she says like he's been blessed with powers, but he's also really spoiled and pampered. No kidding. And this is how he turned out. He only ever got shallow praise from what was on the outside. For what was on the outside,
yeah.
And that's why the school is good for him because the school sees how skillful he really is.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Well, but at the same time, like Aizawa does, like you hear this, we flash back to Aizawa. It's like no one else is more in pursuit of becoming a top hero. If the villains thought that was a weakness to exploit, then that was their screw up. Like I do like the mom here. Like she's basically saying, "Yeah, my kid's an ass, but at least they see through him. Like they can straighten him out."
Yeah. I mean, too bad he won't get there. What?
Well, they're not top hero, but at least a high rank hero.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Top hero is still gonna be. Deku spoiled it for us in episode 3. No, 2, where he said, "I'm gonna be the top hero." Haha.
Anyway.
And yeah. Anyways, I mean, it is an underdog story anyway. So. Basically, they talk a bit. She basically puts his head down. They say, blah blah blah, make him a hero. And then Eraserhead doesn't give a shit, as always.
He's got that same expression, like, "I did not see this coming."
I don't think he's with that. So they're like, "Oh well." Mama's like, "Well, how about you this time?" And then they're going to. They're about to go to Deku's place, but then Bakugo comes up. He's like, "What is Deku to you?" Because he remembers Deku crying and all that.
Yeah. Plus, he's also aware of a few other things too. But yeah, it was like All Might just kind of passes it off. He's just a student, like just like you. I see him as an aspiring young hero, an egg with great potential. Like, is that so? Well, if you're so determined not to tell me, then that's fine. But thanks for everything.
Yeah. So basically, he wants. All Might says he wants to do this himself. So he leaves. Eraserhead leaves, or at least stays in the car. I don't know which one.
He just stays in the car, I think. Also, real quick, Izuku's Deku's shirt. It just says dress shirt on the front.
Oh, interesting.
This.
So Deku and his mom are like, "Hey," and they're like sweating the shit out because it's All Might and all that. All Might sees all the stuff on his walls. Everyone's like, "Holy shit, he's here!"
All Might's in our home. Calm down, Mom.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna be his successor, so you should. I'm surprised you're still having a lot of trouble taking this in.
I think it's just more like the collision of him, All Might, and his normal life.
Yeah, probably, because he didn't expect All Might to see all this stuff, and he's probably embarrassed about that. Yeah. So anyway, they talk about the relocation, and she's like, "I'm against it."
Yeah.
Well, finally, because all the buildup was basically to this. Right?
Oh yeah.
So
and like Deku's right, was like, "Yesterday you said okay," and she's
why change my mind?
Like, I can't agree to this. Like his quirk never manifested, but even so, he still looked up to you and wanted to be like you. Then, by some miracle, his quirk suddenly appeared, and as well, he's able to go into UA. Because all that happened, he keeps getting beat up more and more brutally at every turn.
Yeah. So basically, that's why she's afraid that the more he's getting into this stuff, the more she's happy that he's that All Might's helped him as a hero. But she's afraid for Izuku, and the fact that he's going to get more injured.
And if he keeps it up, he could lose the use of his arms.
Yeah.
And he's also like, And like his fight with all for one seemed to drive that home for him more than anything else.
Um, so and she thinks about the time when he played hero and she's like loved that and all that.
Very adorable panel there, by the way.
Ray, what?
Adorable panel right there.
Oh yeah, I mean it's mom like mom son relationship. Anyway, so he's like if he stayed quirkless, then she actually wonders if maybe he would have been happier if he was just on the sidelines watching heroes rather than being one. And so she's like, I said I would cheer you on, but that I still worry about you, and and Deku's worried because at this point he's like, all my efforts have been going to waste. But she's like, she says she knows like he wants to be a hero, but he also understands that he has to care about what she feels as well because she's her mom, she's his mom, and this is definitely what the obvious conclusion that she would come to.
Yeah.
And so she says again,
I do want to point out one thing, real quick interruption. Like, I do want to point out that she's doing this despite a previous promise she made to support Deku through the end on this. Like, she said she would support him on this, but she just can't hold up anymore.
She's the mom.
Yeah.
So she said, you know what? Given the way things are now, I am not confident in you in basically protecting and teaching my son. Basically, for me to entrust him to you.
Yeah.
And he gives the dark eyes of staring. What a stare back! But was he born like that? Holy crap! Like,
I don't actually know if he was born like that or not. Like, that's something I'm not entirely sure about. Like, was he born like that and he kind of came up with the muscle form on his own, or was he the muscle form first and he just kind of turned into that after his first fight with All for One?
Well, his eyes are weird regardless of what form he's in. So. True. Anyway, so yeah, this is like, how is this gonna, how is All Might going to respond? How is this the end of the road? Obviously not, but we'll see how it responds. This might be one of those mom has to let go of a child moments. Who knows?
It may well be there. It's simply kind of where it's built up in a way, but at the same time, you can't really help but you can't blame her for where she is right now.
No. So I'm actually curious to see if maybe they have a twist to it. Or maybe he tells her. Maybe it's time that she knows.
Yeah, but at the same time, would that actually do any good?
Well, it doesn't. But I think she deserves to know. I think this. I think as the mom, she deserves it.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
like they've kept quiet on here for a lot of reasons. Like, and All Might even said to himself that he was actually, same thing right there. Just a few pages ago, like with Bakugo, he said like he can't reveal that part to anybody. But maybe this is where he decides he has to.
Yeah, because I think she's as Deku's mom, she is probably the most trustworthy person other than Deku himself with his information. So I think she should know because I think in this situation it's actually would help her defend, like give her more security. Because if people find out that Deku has All Might's power, they might come for her. So her knowing this information might help out with maybe how to handle it, how to deal with it. Because ignorance is, it's a debatable thing. Is it going to protect you? Is it not going to protect you? But a lot of hero stories these days actually now think that it's actually better if at least the closest ones know, because otherwise they would just be like, what the hell? Why are they coming after me? It's better to know and be able to handle that and have precautions and have plans ahead of time to know what should happen if Deku's there for her or something like that. All that stuff. So yeah, I think that's the end for this chapter. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is definitely like a big chapter in terms of like just like I said, you have to kind of admire the mom in a sense, just like she's as nervous as she was, she's saying this right to All Might's face. Like, I don't trust you to protect my kid. It's actually kind of a thing, also, so on the somewhat unintentionally hilarious scope here, you see all the the little sound effects things going between Deku's mom and All Might in that last page. Things that look like little three-sided squares.
Yeah.
That's like a sound effect, go 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 go, but it's like every time it appears a lot in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and they always subtitle it with the word menacing. So with that in mind, it's kind of coming off as unintentionally funny to me.
Okay.
I don't know, it's just a small thing. But still, but yeah, that's pretty much. This is definitely a good chapter. I did like that. Like I said, it's all been built up to this. And I also like Bakugo's mom's like, yeah, my kid's an ass, but your guys are best suited to straightening him out. So
it's the opposite of Deku's mom.
Yeah, like you guys can straighten him out after he's been like spoiled his whole life. Like, and also like she's like constantly like smacking him around, like bowing his head for him. Like she's trying to keep him humble, but just has not done a very good job.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she's had that. She's with that type of attitude has spoiled him. You'd think that would actually be the other way around, but I guess who knows? Maybe sort of like she changed her attitude as he got older and more spoiled and more of an asshole.
Yeah, like she kind of started to realize like, oh crap, he's turning into a brat.
Yeah, you effed up. So anyway,
actually, I kind of wonder now. Which of the parents has the explosion quirk? Her or him? The husband. That'd be kind of an interesting thing. It's like the meek-looking husband is the guy that can blow stuff up.
Eh.
Of course, then again, I can actually see that being the why he'd be so meek. Like, being careful with the power like that. Versus Bakugo's like, I'm gonna use it all the time, everywhere. But yeah, it's like, so and we got like the nice little thing with Kyoka, the earphone girl's parents. So that was like a fun little thing there too. I hope we get to see more parents in the next few chapters as we go along here, like Uraraka or Mineta or them. So we'll see. But that's
I like to see invisible girls.
Oh yes, yes. What?
And I emphasize the word see.
Yeah, I was about to say yeah. Like, does one or both of them have the invisibility quirk, for example? And it's like just like that would definitely be something to see there. Like you just see like a set of housewife clothes just moving around on their own basically, or something like that. But yeah, or I can't think of who parents I'd want to see. I would want to see more. We've already met Uraraka's parents in the past, so I'm not too worried about that. But maybe Yayoi the the girl from the last arc, the creative, who can create the stuff.
Yeah.
Momo, like I think her first name is Momo. I think I'll just go by that because that's a little easier to pronounce. But yeah, and then also like I can only imagine what the meeting with Endeavor is going to be like.
Well,
So,
Eraserhead will just cancel out his powers,
well,
right?
well,
Or
just
actually,
in
is that the
general.
one that he can't? Is that the one? Which there's something he can't. It's the one that has already changed your body.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I don't think. Yeah, that's not. That
Endeavor
doesn't
just
follow
keeps it on. I
Endeavor.
think. Yeah, I think Endeavor's is normal. I think he just keeps it on all the time.
Yeah, he just likes to look impressive about it.
So yeah, Eraserhead will just cancel it out if he goes
Well,
crazy.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just like, what kind of conversation are they going to end up having? You wonder. But in any case,
They probably just take it. Like, nope, we'll take your kid. Bye.
yeah,
Bring the social services. I mean, that's honestly that should have happened.
yeah, probably. But in any case, here that's been our review of My Hero Academia, chapter 96, Home Visit. Go ahead and take us away.
Bye.